Oh, you just push a button. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? Welcome back to the OS Rick Project episode 58. Guys, how are y'all? Talk to me. What you been up to? How are you doing? Um, how's your week been? Anything interesting? I know we've had the Xbox Showcase along with the Starfield Direct. Was it Starfield Direct? So we had a lot of stuff from Microsoft. We had Summer Game Fest earlier that week. We had the Sony Showcase before that. I think I saw somewhere where they had the Ubisoft, this is Ubisoft presentation, but I don't care for Ubisoft. Never played their games. Didn't even watch it at all. So you guys can fill me in on that if y'all want, please. Let me guess, maybe some. What did they show? Oh, they did mention that new Star Wars game, right? Star Wars Outlaws. I think I saw people talk about that. What else has been going on? I think they had one for indie games or PC games, but I didn't watch those. The only ones I really cared for were the console ones. So, um, I guess that's gonna be this week's subject, guys. We'll be talking about the Xbox and the Starfield. I know. How do you guys feel about those? Are you excited, dude? Like Xbox to me, Microsoft to me, it feels like they've been picking up all these studios, and oh my god, I think there was one subject I missed to look up, guys. I'll look it up later. Look it up later. But yeah, it seems like Microsoft has just been in the back seat throughout this whole current generation of consoles. You know, you always hear, oh, they picked up a new studio, acquired a new studio, they got so and so. But the only thing going for them is Xbox Game Pass. That's it. That's the only thing going for them. You get all the stuff like on day one, and that's everybody tells me like, hey, Xbox Game Pass, great value. You get to play all those games day one. Okay, what else? What about like good solid games? Not yet, homeboy. Jesus Christ. Anyways, guys, before we get started into the whole Xbox, let me tell you about what I've been doing. I've been on vacation this whole week, been chilling, relaxing. It's been super hot down here in Texas on Gulf Coast. Super hot during the days in the early mornings. You know, maybe just do stuff with the wifey, maybe go outside in the back patio, enjoy a little coffee, a little breakfast, or go take the dog down to the park and walk. But just that's early in the morning stuff. On the early in the late morning, afternoon, even early evening, it's just way too hot to be doing anything. Look, if we had some outdoor projects, maybe, but we tend to save those for the spring or for the fall where it gets cooler. But right now in the summer in Texas, it's just, and it makes me really, really grateful to have AC because Jesus Christ, I don't know how other people could do it. While on vacation, went to IKEA several times, pick up some furniture, some desks, so I could just make the studio just a little bit better. Set up some of my PCs in the back and some of the consoles. So got that set up. That was fun. It was spent some time with the wifey assembling furniture. It's IKEA furniture. I mean, it's not that hard, but still, just spending time together is always good. And just taking a break from work and just not having to worry about things and to live in the now. That's something I'm trying to work in, guys. Is live in the now. Appreciate the moments. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Don't worry what's going to happen in the future. Just the now. Enjoy it. Enjoy it because you know what? If you don't, it just becomes a memory, and then that memory just sits in your mind's museum, your memory's museum, and just you gotta enjoy it now. Little things, like right now, the wifey's out doing a show, and I'm here at the house. Figure, you know what? I want to do a podcast. I want to talk about some things, share it with you guys. Did a lot of streaming. Elden Ring, a lot of Elden. I did a little bit of Street Fighter, but that was Tuesday night. Did a little bit of Street Fighter, and then I did it again. Played some more Street Fighter Friday night, and I am learning things with Guile, seeing what links, what doesn't link, what combos, trying to execute new combos. And I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that I have a really awesome set of online friends that love fighting games, that when I start streaming, they'll pile in and we will play some casual matches together online. And we talk about things and discuss things and just trying, people are trying to learn, and we're always giving suggestions of other people we could watch to help, make our characters better. So I've been really grateful that, a lot of people who play fighting games, you hear the term FGC, right? The fighting game community. But the thing is, my FGC is the people that I actually interact with, that I actually play with, that I actually sit down and talk to and interact and have fun with. Because, you hear names, from people out on the West Coast, you hear names from people out on the East Coast, you hear from names from people out in, in Japan or EU or, all the, around the world and stuff. But the thing is, I don't know them. I don't care to follow them. I don't care to know what they're thinking. I mean, I want to hang out with the people that I associate with. I want to learn from them. And I've been having a good time. I've been having a good time. And I saw this one post on Reddit. Reddit's going through something, right? Weren't they going like a blackout earlier this week? I have no idea. I don't know what they're standing for. Like, there's so much. Oh my God, there's so much things to talk about, guys. But I was looking at someone on Reddit, and someone put the post is like, does anybody else find it frustrating that your real life friends don't play fighting games? And then someone posted up from another Reddit saying like, it's easier to turn a another fighting game player into a friend than to turn a friend into a fighting game player. And that makes lots of sense. It makes lots of sense if you think about it. Because look, I have lots of friends who like to play video games, but not very many like to play fighting games. Whether it's too hard, or I just can't execute it, or it's just not fun, or I always just get my ass. Look, that's fine. Fighting games are not for everybody. But when you get to play online and you meet other people, and a lot of the folks that I've met that are my online that are my online friends that I play with, I met them from playing fighting games, and they'll come in after a match and just say hi or hello, good match, whatever, and then we jump in the Discord and we just start chit chatting, and it's been very fun. So playing Street Fighter 6, I've been having a good experience with it. I'm enjoying it. I did try the World Tour mode. Um, I didn't get that far into it. I know you need to. That's one of the ways that if you want to unlock some of the alternate costumes for some of the other characters, you have to go through that. And, you got to raise your bond level with them by learning their skills and stuff. I mean, and it's pretty easy. And I see how they're teaching non-fighting game players how to play, because a lot of times you're just grinding these quick little matches, right? And mind you, I'm playing on pad using modern controls when I play on World Tour mode, and it'll start telling you, it'll say when this character is flashing, this is when you attack to do more damage, and that's kind of trying to show you when to punish them during the startup, or using the or punish them after having active, like with punishing them and all that. I'm sorry, I'm using fighting game terms, guys, but it's teaching you small things to look out for that you can bring over when you play, actual fighting, actual live matches and stuff like that. So I'm starting to see how the World Tour mode is slowly kind of showing you what to look out for by gamifying it, and then using those skills and bringing them into the match. So I've noticed what they were doing. That's pretty cool. But I do got to go back into the World Tour mode. And my phone's blowing up in the background, guys. Sorry. I do need to go back to World Tour mode so I can unlock. I want to unlock at least Guile's outfit. I want to unlock all of them for sure, right? Um, of course, if you want to spend the extra cash, whatever, you could unlock all of them. But you know what? I'm trying to stay away from all that. I'm trying to do like play the game. Yeah, I'm not trying to give them more money for BS stuff. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go into a tangent, guys. I'm going on a tangent. I don't know if I talked to y'all about this already, but have you guys been seeing like some of the articles that all these game journalists, I use that term loosely, guys, that these game journalists are writing about Cammy's outfit, the green leotard, it shouldn't have came back. It's like, what are you talking about? Okay, look, guys, if y'all never play, y'all probably play Street Fighter, y'all probably know who Cammy is, Cammy White. Um, she's been there since Street Fighter, was it Street Fighter 2? But Street Fighter 2, I forget which edition, but She's been around forever, forever, right? And then all of a sudden, Cammy got a new outfit where she's more covered up. She still looks great though. She's more covered up, but her alternate costume is her old school costume, right? And people are saying, "Well, I don't know why it's there. It's sexist. It's blah blah, whatever." And it's like, wait a minute. She's had this outfit forever. The people who complain about costumes for fighting game characters are the people who aren't playing the fighting games. Like, shut up. You don't even play this game. By the way, do you know that when someone plays a game on PC, you can put mods for different costumes? And I've seen, let's just say, Cammy's green leotard outfit is very conservative compared to some other fan made mod costumes out there. So, like, just stop, okay? I mean, nobody cares. The people who play, even my wife's like, yeah, it's Cammy. Yeah, shows her butt cheeks, but that's her outfit. Everybody knows who she is. If you play fighting games, it's just like the people who complain are the people that don't play. It's like, shut up, okay? But I just thought that was weird. It's like, y'all folks have to put in y'all's 2 cents on just everything that you have no experience talking. Like, here I am talking, right? Just like it's freaking Cammy. She's had the outfit forever. What are y'all talking about? Stop throwing the pin, right? Yeah, but a lot of Street Fighter. Well, a little bit of Street Fighter and Elden Ring, Elden Ring. Man, that game right there, dude. I just cannot put it down. And it's funny. I'm streaming it, right, and then people walk in, like, you're playing Elden Ring again? I'm like, yeah, it's my favorite game of 2023 and 2022. So I mean, I mean, 2023 so far, we're halfway through the year, right? And we've had ups and downs. We have some really high games, highly praised games. We have some very poorly received games. But I'm still playing last year's God of War. I mean, oops, I'm still playing last year's Elden Ring, and I'm having a blast. I'm enjoying it, exploring things, trying new builds. Even though all my builds seem to start heading back to strength X, but this time I picked up a new weapon that I want to try a different build. It's called the Spear of Granisax. So I want to try that one out and play around with it. But yeah, mostly Elden Ring, Street Fighter. And it's been fun doing day streams. I've noticed, guys, also, I know I'm getting super off topic here, but you know, I stream. I know people who listen, not everybody else streams, but there's some times where I'm playing and then someone comes in and starts asking all these weird questions. Like, okay. But they start asking like weird questions like right out the gate, like, hey, so what games do you like? Okay, which that kind of makes sense, right? What games do you like? Okay, I play this. What do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little odd. You just kind of walked in here and you kind of want to say what I do. Okay. Hey, what can make your channel better? And that's why I draw the lines. Like, and that happens every once in a while, right? Where you have these artists or bots or whatever come in and start telling you, oh, you have a really nice channel, but I think it'd be better if you got some of my emotes. And here's the deal. Like, I tell them, look, guys, this is my channel, okay? I like it, a very minimalistic approach to it. I just want to play the game and have me in there and chit chat and have a good time. I don't need you coming in here trying to sell me something. If I wanted to buy something, if I was in the market of wanting to get new emotes or designs or something for my stream, I know where to go. I know who to talk to. I could find it. I choose not to do that. So please don't come in here and like it's like having a door-to-door salesman when you're streaming video games, I'm playing the game trying to have a good time and then someone comes in here trying to tell me how to do something better. It's like, no, 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 no. It doesn't work that way, dude. It doesn't work that way. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, pretty much that was my week vacation for the most part. Now it's Saturday, vacation's over, and now we're just back to the weekend, back to the grind, and it was nice just to wake up at 8 in the morning, relax, chit chat with the wifey, get some breakfast going, run some errands. It was nice. It was nice, but it's okay. You know what? In 2 months, guys, we'll be doing it again for our August vacation, and then we got another one for in another vacation in October. So we still got some couple more weeks of vacation. So, anyways, guys, let's get into it for the. I know it's kind of a very long-winded way of telling of how my week was, right? I did want to talk about ESG, guys, the environmental, social, and governance thing. Or a lot of these companies are getting a social score depending on what kind of diversity check boxes they hit. But I'm thinking I'm going to save that for another episode because I kind of just want to focus on Xbox. Just like the summer E3 stuff, even though E3 doesn't exist, this is kind of like E3, just kind of like spread up within a couple of days of each other with their own segments. Of course, Nintendo not showing up, so I mean that's the thing. Although, do you guys think we're gonna get like a Nintendo Treehouse Direct pretty soon? Because they've always kind of did their own thing, but also had they were separate from E3, but would also have like their own presentation, following a few days after. So maybe we'll get something from Nintendo in the upcoming days. Oh, we also have Final Fantasy 16 releasing on console on PlayStation 5. I think later on next week. And the demo, I did download the demo on the PlayStation 5 behind me, guys. So I need to at least play that for a little bit. I'm up in the air. I don't know how I feel about it. I know Final Fantasy isn't, hashtag not my Final Fantasy because, it's gone a different direction, very more action based instead of turn based. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna just completely just ignore it and not ever look at it and at least acknowledge it, right? I should at least try the demo. If I don't want to spend the $70, I should at least try the demo. If I have a good time with it, maybe we'll get it. Maybe not. Wait, it goes on sale. Wait till it comes on PC. I mean, we don't have to. And I think that's something that as someone who plays video games in this day and age, we need to realize that buying something day one is something that we don't have to do, right? Now, there are some games where if your friends are going to get it, where there is a social aspect of, everybody has their own experience. You probably do want to get that game, right? Because you want to be a part of the conversation. And it's gonna vary per person, right? Some people have some games that they really want, and they know other friends are gonna play, like Diablo. If you're a really big fan of it, I'm sure you're gonna get it day one, right? Or any game that you're a fan of, you're gonna get day one. But I think we have to realize that we, as a consumer, can speak very loudly with our wallets if we choose not to support something. And that's just not video games, right? I mean, that goes to anything, especially I enjoy PC building, and I'm always looking at PC GPUs, graphics cards, and a lot of them, some of the prices from Nvidia are coming down because they're realizing that people are not buying their stuff. They are not priced at those ridiculous price levels that they were several years ago during the whole crypto, at the height of cryptocurrency, when everybody was using GPUs to mine them. That's gone now. So when Nvidia thinks they could still price their cards at that value, actually that's not a value. And, when they price their cards that high, inflated, you, you if we don't buy them, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that message hard, and they're gonna change prices. And that's what they're doing. They're lowering the prices. They're even. I mean, I looked at Best Buy earlier, a couple hours ago, and you can see Founders Editions 3060s available. So I mean, I thought about getting a Founders Edition 30. I thought about it, guys. I thought about it, but I was like, you don't need it, Rick. But I was like, well, I always did want to make a really, a micro PC, a small form PC. But no. Anyways, I think that's something that we as consumers need to realize, guys. You don't have to rush out and buy everything day one. Don't pre-order games. Honestly, in this age of digital, pre-ordering games, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how. I think I saw somewhere like the most. Oh my! I just saw it. I can't attest to it, so take it with a grain of salt. But like Starfield, like, it's like one of the biggest sellers on PC now on Steam. It's like, guys, the game ain't even out yet. I have to look that one up though. I have to look it up. So hold that one with a big grain of salt, okay, guys. But anyways, let's get into it. The Xbox Showcase. Man, it just started off with the intro. That hot lady was telling us, "You, the gamer, are the heart and soul of Microsoft Xbox gaming." Like what? Me and Mikkel were both watching it. Even Mikkel's like, "Man, she is hamming it up. She is selling it, isn't she?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's selling it. Like, dude, we just buy video games. We're not. I mean, you guys really don't care." Um, but yeah, it started off with that, and just about most of the games world either you hear world premiere or play it day one on Game Pass. And that was the I think that's where you get the value for if you're on for Xbox. And I think people are more fans of the Game Pass than they are of Xbox and their ecosystem because Xbox Series S, what I'm hearing is people are saying that I'm just looking things around. I'm just see things on the internet saying it's underpowered compared to from all the current gen consoles, and of course the Switch is its own thing. I consider the Switch previous console. I mean, previous gen, and look at the Switch. It's a tiny little. It's a giant cell phone. Okay, it doesn't have that much juice. You could play 1080p at 30 frames per second. But apparently the Xbox Series is underpowered. So I don't see anybody ever talk. I'm like, even my wifey got one because I don't know. I guess she wanted to have one. But I haven't seen anything impressive from their consoles, and then even from the games that they've been releasing, nothing that says I got to get this day one. But if you got a Game Pass though, and you have the option to play on PC, I think that's what the value is. If you got anything, it's Game Pass. So you heard a lot of that world premiere day one Game Pass. So I start off with I'm not gonna write down. I didn't write down all the games, guys, because there was just some games I just did not care about. I just did not care about. Okay, but there were some games I did take some mental notes, and we're just gonna go through all this. And some notes were, oh god, some notes are nothing. Anyways, we'll start off with Fable. Did they have to make this chick this ugly? Like, that's like a serious question. I'm not saying you have to make them like drop dead gorgeous and make them like models and stuff and make them look like ScarJo or make them look like uh, make them look like Salma Hayek or make them look like any beautiful actress, celebrity. Put insert name here. You don't have to make them look like that, right? But Jesus Christ, even Mikkel was like, "Yo, this girl looks kind of like I thought it was a dude." Like, and it's like I noticed they did that with Aloy. The first Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, she's a pretty lady. And, they modeled her. They made her look like the model, the voice actress. And then on the second one, they made her face all like swollen and puffy. I think they actually made her uglier. And I was like, whose whose move was that? Like, let's make chicks ugly. I'm not saying like again, I'm not saying you got to make them drop dead gorgeous, but it's like at the same time, it's like your model is right there. It doesn't look like a model from last year. It's just like what are you guys doing here? And it's kind of going back to like the whole. I was gonna say that Dove commercial with Unreal Engine, but anyways. But yeah, I looked at Fable and I looked at her. I was like, okay, and like Fable. I never played Fable, right? I don't know if this is gonna be the same or not. Oh, that's another thing too, guys. I think I touched on it about last week with Summer Game Fest, but everything here was a lot of it was trailers, and like there's a time and place for trailers, but when that's all that is, it's like, "Ugh, okay, I get it. All right, you guys got nothing. Like at least you're selling a game. Maybe show some game. Like if you could work them in together. Okay, start with the trailer just to get hype, and then go into the gameplay. But when it's just all CGI, all just trailers, is like okay. But anyways, Fable. I don't know it. The model looked like a mess. I don't know what's going on. Persona 3 remake, early 2024. I don't know how excited I am for that one. I don't know how excited I am for a Persona 3 remake. I still gotta play Persona 4. I want to play Persona 4. I gotta make time to play Persona 4. P3 remake. I don't know. I would have to talk to the folks that my friends that have already played these games in the past, which isn't too. I don't think any. I don't think my real life friends have played Persona games. So I'd have to go and back and then and talk to maybe my online buddies and talk to them and see what they feel about it. See if it's worth getting. Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment. I already forgot what that game's about, guys. Sea of Thieves from Rare. You know, you know, a part of me, a small part of me was thinking, all right, guys, all right, we have Street Fighter just coming out. We have Mortal Kombat coming out in the future, a couple of months. We got Tekken. We don't have a release date for Tekken, but it's somewhere on the horizon, probably early 2024. We got Guilty Gear just recently released season 2, and they're working on season 3. So, all the big fighting games that got something, either they're working on something or got something out or soon to be releasing. This would be a good time for Killer Instinct, right? I mean, really good game, community driven. Nothing for Killer Instinct. Like, come on, guys, come on, Rare. What do you got? Like Microsoft, like you guys are spending all this time making all these mediocre games. Maybe, just maybe, you could focus some of your resource and make a fighting game, right? Make a fighting game. And you know what? Maybe it doesn't appeal to everybody, right? Maybe it doesn't appeal to all the mouth breathers that love cinematic games. That's fine. But maybe you could put something out there for a community that really loves these games and will show some support and get some eyeballs, because this when you see stuff on Evo, on their world tours, on Twitch, I'm not gonna say it's gonna generate esports numbers, but man, there is a niche fan base that would love to see this and are probably missing and are craving some Killer Instinct. And of course, no, but you'll get Sea of Thieves. You get to play a pirate in a multiplayer game. That's what you get, guys. Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, 2024. I remember last year they showed this game. And watching the demo, watching the trailer, you see you have little whispers and everything. And I've heard people say, "Oh, you really should play the game with the headphones because it's all about the inner dialogues, the voices in your head. You're hearing them." Okay, cool. So what am I doing in this game? Like, oh, you were just walking around as this Viking lady. And then what? There's some puzzles here and there. Okay. Dude, I just cannot get into this game, dude. I've heard some things about the first one. I saw another trailer for this one. It's like, okay, so you capture the facial anim, like, is this where gaming's going now? This where gaming's going now, where it's just like the experience, a cinematic, like, where's the gameplay? Where's the game? What are we doing here? Like a Dragon, we're having a sequel. It starts off with Ichiban, wakes up on a beach, and he's naked, obviously, but he's censored, like Austin Powers censored, where something's always in the foreground or that's covering up and stuff. Even though it was just a cinematic trailer, the fact that Like a Dragon 2, which I think they changed their moniker stuff. I think I was talking to one of my online buddies, Colonel. And I think Sega is changing it where they're dropping the Yakuza handle and they're going for Like a Dragon. They're using Like a Dragon. They're using Judgment, and they're using, I think there was one more name that they're using, but it's kind of to separate their, like, it's still all in the whole Yakuza series universe, but one series will be focusing in, it's all in the same universe, but one will be focusing on, like, on the beat 'em up style. One will focus on the turn-based RPG style, and the other one will focus on, I guess, whatever, I don't know what her style. I think there's one more, I forgot. But look, the fact that it exists, I can't wait. I had such a great time with that game. I would like to play it again. I would like to play the sequel because I had so much fun. Ichiban, I love the characters. I love Ichiban and the cast. His overactive imagination just made it so fun. I mean, I was busting out laughing in that game because I had such a fun time with it. So I know it was just a cinematic trailer, but that just tells me that there's something down the line that hopefully soon we'll get something. Why is this game still around, guys? Why is this game still around? Fallout 76. Fallout 76. DLC, Atlantic City. You know, this game came out in a very bad spot. I think it's in a better spot because they've released some DLC and still kept like doing some support. I think at one point it became like the haves versus the have-nots. If you decided to opt in to buy some things, they'll give you like more space, more features, more equipment, I guess. And then the people who didn't buy it are still kind of just like trying to survive. And I think all the haves, the people that purchased the content, grouped up together and killed all the have-nots, which I think that's a great social experience experiment if you think about it. It's just showing you what happens when people with money and power, when they group together, what they could do to the people without it. Think about it. Yeah, but this game is still getting. Oh, excuse me, guys. But this game's still getting. I guess someone's playing it. Someone really likes Fallout 76 and is having a great time. We saw something from Capcom, Path of the Goddess. It looked like an action adventure game of some sorts. But I didn't get really much on it. But in my opinion, Capcom has been on a pretty solid track record, especially with the way they've been handling things, the recent releases of games, the use of their RE engine. So not much information on this, so we'll just have to see when it comes out. So we'll just leave it at that. Forza Motorsport. I thought this game came out already. I honestly thought this game was out already. I think I remembered them talking about it last year. Maybe it was a different Forza game. I don't know. I don't know how the Forza series works. I'm not really much into race slash driving simulators. So I don't know if this is just something different. Of course, it looks good. It looks pretty. They make sure to bring out the best looking most polished trailer so you can see it. You can see reflections in the mirrors and the in the windshields and stuff like that. But not for me. Elder Scrolls Online getting some more DLC. Uh, okay, MMOs. Overwatch 2 on Xbox. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, and please help me out here, okay? Did did I see somewhere? I think I did. Did I see somewhere where they're gonna have some PVE content coming out for season 2? Some PVE content. Does that mean that content's gonna be locked behind a paywall, or they're gonna make it free? Because PVE was supposed to come out with Overwatch 2, right? When they talked about it back in 2019, when they went from, and then recently, a couple of months ago, when they went from Overwatch to Overwatch 2, of course, they went from 6 players down to 5 players, changed some things, added a whole bunch of new characters that you can get. The new characters you get if you buy the season pass or character pass. Are they putting the PVE behind a paywall? Are they? Even after all they said about how they're trying to give you the best possible experience, but they can't because they just don't have the resources or time. I have to look this up, guys. I have to look this up. But this is just what I've been gathering. So I could be completely wrong, and I might have to eat some humble pie after this episode when I look it up. But look into it, guys. Like, are you guys still playing Overwatch? Are you still playing Overwatch? Like, are you and do you play it like on a casual level where every once in a while, oh, I like to play a match or two and then log off and blah blah blah, or doorbell? Of course, we're gonna ignore it. We're gonna ignore it, guys. Sorry about that. Um, what was my train of thought? That's something I need to put. I need to do. Like recording. Do not bother. All right, guys. Give me 1 second. Pause. Oh shit! It was. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had a unexpected guest show up. My friend Shane. We had a conversation. I'm trying to, and I just had. So I recorded the podcast. Was halfway through an idea. My friend Shane showed up. We talked. I should have recorded. It was a really good conversation. But good thing is, Shane will be back some other day, and we will talk more. And it'll be great. Can't wait. And hopefully we'll be joined by our friend Victor. And I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the podcast where I bring my friends along and talk about it, because I just like having these really long conversations about anything. I mean, the conversation just goes. I've been having a really good time. So hopefully we can get them on there. Let's see. So let's go back into what we're showcase. Yes, sorry guys. Forza Motorsport looks really good. Elder Scrolls Online DLC. Overwatch 2 on Xbox. I think that's what I was talking about last, right? Overwatch 2 on Xbox. You guys still a fan of the series? You're still playing it, enjoying it, having a good time? How's that working out? No, I think I said my piece on that already. I think where that company is at with Activision Blizzard, the way they do everything, the way they run the business, the games they do, I just don't care. I know some people love Diablo, and look, at the end of the day, guys, if you want to play something, play something. Please, by all means, enjoy it. Right? This is just my perspective. This is what I enjoy and don't enjoy, and what I stay away from. And this is it. Activision Blizzard, it's just the way they run the business, the way they try to just hit all the check boxes and virtue signal, and oh, check out our characters, they're diverse and blah blah blah. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I want to play an awesome game. I want to have a good time. And the way you carry yourselves, the business practices, the saying one thing and then putting it behind a paywall, like, go ahead. You know, if that's what you want to enjoy, go ahead. But I'm not for it. And I even talked to some of my friends that are very serious into competitive Overwatch, and one of them says like it's just that game's dead to them. They don't care. They are out. Persona 5 Tactica. Persona 5 Tactica. I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. I love Persona. I enjoyed it. I've bought several copies of the game. I bought the vanilla version, bought the royal version for the PlayStation. I bought it again when it got ported over to the Switch. You know, as much as I enjoy that game, I don't know how much more. And I did enjoy Strikers, a change of it. I just, I want to give this game a shot. I want to look at it, keep my eyes on it, see what's about when it comes out, when it gets closer to release date. But at a certain point, I'm starting to believe it's something along the lines of how like what they're doing with Final Fantasy. Like, how much can you keep adding on to it before it just starts becoming something else, and it starts just not necessarily ruin, but start to change my opinion of the series. Like, I enjoyed my stay with Ryuji, Joker, on Yosuke, Futaba, you know, Mona. You know, I love these characters a lot. They're awesome. I enjoyed them. But at a certain point, like, I don't know how much. I mean, look, maybe Tactica will be great. Maybe it'll be fun. I'm gonna just have to like hold judgment till it gets closer to the release date. But which is in November, by the way. So it's not. It'll be coming soon. Tactics based game. We could see how it gets done. I mean, as long as it's engaging, if I'm, because that's not even my style of game. But again, Persona 5 Strikers, Musou style games isn't what I go for. So this wait, see what's up. Starfield, but we'll talk more about Starfield as it gets closer to the end of this. But they did talk about Starfield. Jusant, it looked like some sort of vertical platformer. Still Wakes the Deep. I'm sorry, I'm just going over some of these games, guys. Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, coming out in September, starring Idris Elba. I still haven't even played the original game. I picked it up when it was on discount for 50% off. I picked it up because I got a gift card from one of my customers. I didn't get that far into it, guys. I'm sure that I know the game is in a lot better spot, a lot better state than it was on launch. But I don't know if I have the time to want to like the desire to want to play this game. There's so many games that I'm playing right now. Well, Street Fighter and Elden Ring, of course, but I don't know if I want to get into Phantom Liberty. Are you guys excited for it? Something you're looking forward to? I want to play. What was your experience with the original Cyberpunk 27 when it came out? You played on console, PC? Is the DLC something you want? I think they said they're going to be overhauling some of the talents and abilities, so giving it another update. Um, I don't know. I'm out on this one. I'm out on this one. City Skylines 2, look like another sim. Metaphor Refantasio 2024 from Atlas. Same guys who made Persona. This one was the only one in this showcase. This is the only game okay, this one and like a whatever they're gonna do with Like a Dragon. Those are the ones that I was interested in. But this one, I want more from the Atlas Persona team. I enjoyed Shin Megami Tensei 5. I liked it. Soul Hackers 2, not so great. It just wasn't a fun game. The mechanics wasn't enough to keep me engaged. I bought it when it first came out. It just wasn't all that great. But I'm hoping this one, Metaphor, knocks it out of the park. Does it need to be the same vein as Persona 5? No. No, I don't think it needs to always have that same, high school slice of life approach to it. But as long as the gameplay is engaging and fun and colorful and just, something that's as long as it's a good game, right? Um, I know I've mentioned this several times already that Final Fantasy has gone away from the turn-based RPG aspect. I wonder if this will follow suit or keep staying in the same style of gameplay like they've been having. Hopefully, it'll stay the same, right? I did like the turn-based. More information. I can't wait. Tower Barn, Clockwork Revolution. I don't think that one even gave it a release date. It just says when it's time. I don't. Look like Steam. I don't like steampunk. I don't like steampunk. That's what the vibes I got from it. Oh, and then it wrapped up with Phil Spencer saying they're going to be having more Xbox X in production, and they announced it with the Xbox Series S 1 terabyte edition will be released. I don't. I mean, I've played only one game on the Xbox Series S, and that was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The at 349, another 1 terabyte. That was pretty much it for the. Oh god, another thing to talk about. So let's go into the Starfield Direct, guys. So they said it was their first new universe in 25 years, and they'll be having over 1,000 worlds. So that got me thinking, like over 1,000 worlds. Do you mean like actual 1,000 worlds? Are you gonna have a huge area to explore, or do you mean when you go to a planet, you'll be like dropped into like a large map, and then you explore from that? Like, can you actually go from one point of the globe of the planet or whatever it is to the North Pole to the South Pole and explore everything? Does that mean they're just gonna have a large area or certain things to interact with, some campsites? When I start hearing claims like this, like having over 1,000 worlds, I start thinking how stable of a system is this going to be when it comes out? Do you still have? Are you guys still on track to be released on time, or is this going to be, when it launches, we're going to have a whole bunch of issues, not only just on console but on the PC side? I mean, that's kind of been the tale of the tape for 2023, when at least when it comes for the PC releases. Sorry, for the PC releases where they're not optimized, not properly usage of either the cores on the CPU, or using too much VRAM or not enough VRAM, or it's gonna be huge, very large scale, whole bunch of traits, character diversity, lots of locations. It's gonna be huge. I can see where people could start getting the hype and are anticipating the release of this game. I watched this with the wife, and she's excited. She wants to play it, and I know she was burned out from the way Fallout 76 was handled. So maybe this could help, put Bethesda in the right place, right? I know 76 left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. I mean, I guess unless she's a super fan and just kept sticking with it, but I know she had a bad experience with it and just left the game. What else? They're gonna have a collector's edition. Of course, you get a nice watch, controller, headset. I mean, that's another way to make money with the game, right? As big as these teams are, you gotta make sure everybody gets paid. You gotta make sure the profits look good for the shareholders. They're trying to probably make as much as they can, even in the game and outside the game. We'll talk about that later. I want to talk about the requirements. Um, Weapon mods. Some of the weapons look pretty cool. Some of the weapons look pretty cool. I enjoy how they look. If you pre-order, oh wait. That's if you pre-order. That's what we call it. Um, so I looked it up, and apparently Todd Howard had an interview with IGN and said the game will be on Xbox X and S will be at 30 frames per second. I'm paraphrasing here, guys. I'm just picking something up. Make sure you check out that interview for yourselves and make your own decision. But apparently on the consoles it'll be 30 frames per second. How do y'all feel about that? Because I know I talked about it, and I talked about this before previously when we had. Do you guys remember Gotham Knights being released, saying it'll be at 30 frames per second? Does Starfield get a pass for being at 30 and not 60? What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about that? Y'all care? Um, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how hard and difficult it is to keep it at a steady 60 frames per second, but I know I like playing on PC. I like 60 frames. So I even go up to 120 frames depending on the game and how steady it runs. Um, I don't know. I mean, we could talk about how we feel, like if 30 is right or not. At the end of the day, though, they decide what's going to be the best presentation for the game. And honestly, it might have to be one of those things that we just have to wait until we get our hands on it and see how it performs. Because honestly, if keeping it at 30 frames per second and it is stable, it is an enjoyable experience. You can't really be mad at that, can you? It's doing what it's doing. Yeah, it's not 60. Do we start holding that? Do we start holding other games to that accountability, right? Releasing at 60 frames. Breath of the Wild doesn't play it. Or Tears of the Kingdom doesn't play at 60 frames per second, does it? I think that was also at 30. Um, I don't know, but then again, it depends on what you're playing it on, right? What's your platform of choice? There's going to be trades for what you play it on, so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm not excited for Starfield. I thought I was, then I'm not, and then I see some things. But at the end of the day, this is definitely going to be the one where I'll watch my wife play it and take it from there. I'm sure it's going to get lots of numbers, lots of reviews, lot of build up on near the release date. I did see some of the PC recommended specs. Look, guys, I didn't see the minimum. I just saw the recommended specs. Okay, Windows 10 or 11, a Ryzen 5 or an i5, Intel i5, 16 gigabytes of RAM recommended. That means a lot of cards. Some cards, I should say, not all. Some cards that are being released. NVIDIA, I'm looking at you guys with the 4070 coming out with 8 gigs of VRAM, and the 4060 also. No, what did the 4070 come out with? I take that back. I take it back. I don't know how much the 4070 come out with. The 4070. I think the 4060. The 4060 came out with 8 gigs. 4060 Ti was it 16 gigs? We have to look that up. We have to look it up. But even then, the fact that some GPUs are coming out And if the GPU does have 8 gigs of VRAM, it's within your budget. And you're gonna and that's all you can afford. Yeah, go for it. And you're gonna have to lower some of the settings depending on what you play. Right, 1080p. You might have to bring it down to 1080p. 1440 might be too much, but at a certain point, and I don't want to go too much about GPUs, but at a certain point though, if you're paying that much for a GPU, you should have more VRAM because that's starting to become an issue, especially with how unoptimized some of these games are coming out. And I'm saying this game, I'm not saying this game will not be unoptimized, but I'm just saying that you could just see it right now in the recommended settings, 16 gigs already. So that's some GPUs are going to be struggling just to keep up. Um, on the Ryzen side for GPUs, a 6800 XT, it's a good card. It's a good card. But it's you don't see too many of those looking at the Steam hardware survey. And an RTX 2080. I have a 2070 Super. It's been a while since I played on it, but it was a decent card. 2080. I don't know how well that holds up, but yeah, these games are getting bigger. I really felt like 8 gigs would probably hold out for another 3 years. But if games, and mind you guys, this is a big game, big budget game. They're gonna have a lot of area, a lot of textures, a lot of surface reflections, just graphics. You, it could be expensive. And then it said also an internet connection for recommended specs, which got me thinking, are you gonna have to have internet to stay connected, or just like some features? Because you know how some games, if you're connected to the internet, it'll help you without, like giving you some stats in the game, or giving you information. I know Persona does that. It'll give you information on what the other player base has, what decisions they made during the day. But it's an internet connection. That's I don't know how that's gonna impact the game. And then 125 gigs storage, big. These games are huge. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we've mentioned it before. All the shaders, the textures, everything. Just overall big game. But going back with Starfield, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to release. I still believe they're going to have either one more delay, or it's going to be a rough launch. I don't know. I just don't know. And I'm just basing this off the track record of what we've seen this year from other games. I wanted to do well. I want to see some. I want to see a win for Microsoft, for Xbox. Okay, I take that. Not for Microsoft. I want to see a win for Xbox, right? I want to know that all the stuff that they've been doing, hopefully, all these acquisitions of different studios and developers, that it's paying off. And if it takes Starfield to show you that they can do it, it took a lot of time, took a lot of developers, but they're finally getting something done. I'm down for it. I don't want to be just down and negative on all this. I know it sounds like I am, right? It's just I just want to see something from Microsoft. I just haven't seen anything. The only thing they have going for them is Xbox Game Pass. And that's it. Overall, I felt like the presentation was fine. The lady that was talking about it at the beginning, little hammy, trying to sell it to you and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, few games that looked interesting to me. There was a lot of other games that I just kind of just didn't even feel like writing down. And again, I'm glad these things are free. I'm glad they put them out there every year. But it just felt like this year, they were a little underwhelming. Like I said about the other ones. Um, the Capcom Showcase. We'll talk about that real quick. I'll give you the quick TLDR on that. They had Path of the Goddess. Again, they talked about this one in the Xbox Showcase. We don't know. We're gonna need some more information to make a sound judgment on that. Mega Man X Dive Offline. Like, oh, nice! Another mobile Xbox game. I mean, another Mega Man game, but it's mobile. Like, great. I'm already out. I'm sorry. I like Mega Man. I grew up with that franchise, especially Mega Man 2. That was one of the first Mega Man games I ever played. Mega Man X. I mean, I love the game. But I feel like just playing it on mobile. No, thank you. I rather just give me a new Mega Man game. Mega Man 11. I had, that was a joy to play on the Switch. But this just going on mobile. I don't know. It just I felt like a. Blech. Street Fighter 6, Capcom Pro Tour. They talk about that. They're, just talking about giving you some more information, reminding you they're going to be having $2 million, $2 million in prize, 1 million going for first place. They're going to be having online, offline, and World Warrior events. I don't know what the World Warrior events. I wonder if that's going to be like regional, but definitely the fact that they said online and offline. I love hearing that. You know, during pandemic when people were shut in and it just came down to only online only tournaments, which was fine because it's better than nothing. But at the end of the day, seeing offline events was just better. I like seeing the players there. I like seeing their reactions, the pop offs, the crowd. That was definitely what makes it for me. And especially with Street Fighter Six having a really positive reception, starting a new world tour, being the first, being a brand new fighting game in the numbered series. Well, being the new numbered series for Street Fighter, a lot of possibilities there. And they'll be having stuff in Japan, US, and EU. So looking forward to that. What are we talking about? Pragmata? The fuck is Pragmata? Delayed? I didn't even know that existed. I didn't even know what that was. Ghost Trick. They've been talking that game for a while. Still not interested in it. Ace Attorney Collection. Never played any of them. They mentioned the digital theme park. Capcom Town. I know they talked about it in the last showcase. I still haven't visited that site or know exactly what it is, but okay. And then Exo Primal pre-order bonuses, survival pass, premium stuff. They're just trying to sell you that. And Dragon's Dogma 2. Single player. You play with pawns. They'll be AI controlled. PlayStation 5, Xbox, XS, and PC. That's probably like the only one that I cared about. Dragon's Dogma. I want to play that game. I've already shared my thoughts and opinions on that on I think on the last which podcast I listened to. But I won't play that game. Capcom has been doing really good lately, I feel, in my opinion. Again, I said this already, but with the RE engine and the games that have been coming out, I can't wait. I want to play more. I want to see what this game's about. I definitely would be super interested in it. I don't say pick up day one, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, they won't do like something like add a battle pass or a premium pass behind it. Like, look, just let me pay for the game and let me play it, and I don't need you guys selling me more stuff, right? And then there was a Ubisoft presentation. Didn't watch it. Don't care for Ubisoft. I know they had Star Wars Outlaws. I know they have Prince of Persia. But those games, in all honesty, I just do not care about. No, I don't. Guys, I know this episode was a little weird. I had that break in the middle. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a great time chit chatting with Shane, but I had to gather my thoughts, and it might be a little bit off. But anyways, guys, and that's the good thing about podcasting, right? Even if I have a crappy episode one week, you know what? Next week I get to do another one. Forget about it and keep going along our way. Guys, that's pretty much it for me for this week. Vacation was great. 2 months I'll be having another vacation. As for right now, I'm going to relax, unwind. I'm going to probably play some more Street Fighter 6 online. Play Street Fighter, guys. It's been such a great experience. I think whether you are returning to the franchise, been with the franchise, or are new to the franchise, I think Street Fighter 6 is a good place to get in. Whether you're playing the classic controls or the modern controls, doing online battles, you're doing World Tour. This is awesome. I've been having a good time. Um, Play it, guys. Play it. Fighting games. There's something about fighting games that I just, in my opinion, I just can't get anywhere else. That's why I love playing them. That's why I love playing fighting games and Souls games because they're hard. And when you win, you get that payoff. It feels good that you did something, and because you have to execute it yourself. The game doesn't play itself. You have to play it. You have to manually know what you're going on. Know matchups. Know how to execute. I love it. There's nothing that beats it. And Anyways, guys, I'm just glad that I'm here that I could talk to you about video games. I really appreciate it. Have a good time. Play some more. Eat well. Get some exercise. Talk to your friends. Talk to your families. Be social. Do some things. If you guys want to drop by on Twitch, twitch.tv os underscore r r1ck. Check me out when I'm streaming. I'm always down to have you guys drop by and say hello and just watch me play and I get to interact and goof off with you guys. It's always a pleasure. Guys, if you want to help out the podcast, please tell your friends about it. Share it. All that usual stuff. You know what to do. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Again, thank you. Another episode. The pacing will be off a little bit, but you know what? It's fine. I don't edit this stuff. All I do is just change the audio levels to make sure everything sounds good, and then I just post it out there. I try to keep this as uncut as possible. Anyways, guys, have a good night. I'll see you next time for episode 59, and that's it.